Hello, everyone. It's Teddy, aka James Kazal and MTGO, coming to you with a very serious message today. Now, I'm not completely unaware of the discourse surrounding the legacy metagame right now. A lot of people are calling it lame duck, or in stasis, or in purgatory, because R&D has refused to take action on Grief, which is a very powerful creature. I'm sure you all know it by now. 2 and 2 black for a 3/2 with menace, and when it enters the battlefield, you look at target opponent's hand and you may discard a non-land card from it. And that card has built several archetypes around itself, or it's kind of really the glue that keeps blue black or mono black tempo decks together. Even Classic Reanimator has employed its services, and a lot of people think it's very bad for the format. I'm not always part of these discussions because I play Grixis Control, which is a deck that's decidedly outside of the meta, so I don't often have a lot to contribute to the conversation when the meta gets into like a negative feedback loop or starts feeding on itself and becomes unhealthy. However, a lot of content creators and players that I respect a lot firmly believe that Grief should be banned, so I will do what I can with this video to add my voice to the protests. And I'm going to do that by doing something called the One with Nothing Challenge. Now, what is the One with Nothing Challenge, you might ask? Well, it's centered around this one card, One with Nothing from Saviors of Kamigawa. It is an instant for 1 black, just like Cling to Dust. We're off to a great start. And it has 1 line of text, 3 words. Discard your hand. So, if I got matched up against a scam deck, doesn't matter which varietal, it can be blue-black Rescaminator, it can be mono-black scam splashing blue for Psychic Frog, it can be mono-black scam, doesn't matter. It can be Classic Reanimator. If someone hits me with a Grief, and One with Nothing is in my hand, I will cast it in response. So Grief will have nothing to take. And that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, we'll only get to do that on post sideboard because I need to keep this like somewhat a little bit interesting. And if we're just out here just throwing games, then obviously that's not great. Now, I know no one really benefits from this. Like, it's kind of like a weird silent protest because I'm just kind of shooting myself in the foot and nothing else really. Like, the scam players still get to win more, but I guess it's you could argue I'm not really accomplishing anything, but it is my form of protest, and I think it might make for an entertaining video. So I basically just took my recent successful list. I removed Spell Pierce and put One with Nothing in. So yeah, you know the drill. If I get matched up against Scam, One with Nothing gets sighted in. If it's in my opening hand and I can cast it when someone throws a Grief at me, we're tossing our hand. And it's also going to stress test my weird theory that you have to beat Scam off the top of your deck anyways. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There is like some like cool reason why I'm doing this. I have this weird theory that your opening hand against Scam is not as relevant as your top deck, and there's no better way to stress test that than with casting One with Nothing. Not playing any Madness cards. We're not synergizing with this card in any way whatsoever. We're just gonna do it, and we call it the One with Nothing Challenge. Now, are you brave enough to join me on this journey? I hope so. All right, let's get in there. I also just want to say a really quick, huge thank you to my Patreon subscribers. If you want to see more content like this, well, there won't be more One with Nothing challenge content up quite yet. Please consider checking out the Patreon. It's $2 for all the backlog of exclusive matches up there. The $5 tier will get you a donation bonus league, though. So if you're interested in seeing me run your deck list, consider checking out the Patreon. And please also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're making the climb to 1,000 subs. And if you want to try the One with Nothing challenge too, tweet at me with your screenshots of you discarding your hand in response to Grief. Hashtag um, One with Nothing challenge or Grief gotta go. You can pick the hashtag, but tweet at me. All right, let's do it. Before I start this league, I've actually changed a couple things already. I figured the project or the experiment wouldn't be actually worth anything if One with Nothing wasn't in the main board, so I moved over there, and then I threw in a Murktide region as well, and yeah, just one Thoughtseize main, one side. Okay, let's go. All right, match one, the One with Nothing challenge. Oh, I got scared for a second. I saw Cling to Dust and I thought it was One with Nothing. All right, just did a small adjustment there. Okay, well, Everyone knows the rules. If I come across one with nothing, I suppose it's a bit like Russian roulette or Old Maid. I think that's what that card game is called. Not a very politically correct name for a card game, but I think that's the card game where you're trying to really avoid a certain card. I'll take Ponder. I won't cast it though. I don't know what this Flooded Strand is representing, and I want to be able to beat Daze if I have to cling to dust to stay alive or to stay in this game. I had a feeling. They're putting Psychic Frog in the graveyard. Now they're passing. Alright, I think I know what I'm up against. Brainstorm. Edict is good. Land number 3 and Jace can probably go. Or land number 4, rather. I don't like Force of Will that much either. I'm gonna go with my gut. Okay. Lightning Bolt does have its utilities in this matchup. I've used it as Hymn to Turok many times against these frog decks. When you have a more absolute answer just waiting in the wings, it can be really tricky like that. Ponder. Brazen Bar was also pretty good. Alright. I haven't done anything, so they have that horrible thing of 7 cards in hand. Drives me crazy with these Scaminator decks. They just sit around with 7 cards, and then when they finally make their move, they have like 2 Force of Wills to back it up. This deck is broken, as they say. And they have a card neutral Entomb just about. It's rough. But I'm glad it's a grief matchup, because now I can do the one with nothing challenge. Do my form of protest. Although we've been lucky to dodge it up until now. But yeah, let's just say there's definitely an element of danger going on right now. It may just be a one of, but it's in there. Opponent's going to Ponder. I have nothing to say about that. But I'm annoyed that they're still not expending any resources. Ugh. Just wish they'd do something. Ponder again. Okay, I'll take another Cling. And if you're not going to make a land drop, I'm not. It's going to look tough. If they wasteland me, though, I guess I'll grab that land. Yep. 2 Entombs and a Force of Will. You'd think that'd be enough, right? Well, we'll see. Brainstorm is good. They're griefing, so they're finally going down on card. I have 2 Clings. I don't know. I do kind of want to force it. Whatever. Some things are not meant to be. I think I should just consider myself lucky that I don't have one with nothing in my hand. If they have Force of Will and Daze, they'll take Force. If they're going to wade through this, they're going to take one of the Clings. If they're going to pivot, they'll take Edict. If they're insane, they'll take Bolt. Okay, they might have Force and Daze here. Or they might just have 2 Dazes, which is just as bad. Oh, I was having such a nice time. They miss on Force. Doesn't mean they don't have one already. They don't take Grief, though. What's going on? Like it's been a long time since I've complained about Riscaminator. The deck doesn't allow for a lot of agency. Okay, they take Edict, which is crazy to me. They had Force on top of everything. That's so funny. They didn't even need one with nothing to beat me. Alright. Murktide Regent, Nile Spellbomb, Surgical Extraction. Oh, we didn't see any Psychic Frog. Doesn't mean they don't have it. But having Red Blast feels kind of weird. Guess I'll take one Force. Or I'll take Opposition Agent instead, actually. Alright. I mean, we have each of the part of their plane covered, but they also have free discard magic, so none of that really matters. Oh my god. I sound so stupid right now. But I mean, I guess there's a reason why everyone wants something out of this deck banned. And there's a reason why it's like 50% of the meta as well. Yeah, whatever. Uh-huh. Really tanking on the second one. Well, they really tanked on the first one too, so their hand must be really interesting. They finally take Psychic Frog. I don't think I've ever had a Riscaminator opponent timeout on me. The deck also rarely mulligans, which is insane because Classic Reanimator would mulligan all the time. I'll take 3. That's it, huh? Alright. Cast Edict. Things just get more and more interesting. They could top deck Daze, right? But they could also just cantrip right now. This is the first turn they kind of haven't really had anything to do, so Unprovoked Bowmasters. Usually something we can really capitalize on. Treat like a mulligan, but I don't know. Guarantee you one with nothing is right around the corner. Do you have Fatal Push? Nah, we got him, dog. And if they need to make a land drop after this, that'll put them at 3 cards in hand, which is not that many. We have Snap Surgical to stop some of their really broken lines. Red Blast for a Frog. Bolt for Delty Voidwalker. They just shuffled. Get this army out of the way. It's not a wasteland. Yep. It's tempting to bolt, but just do the thing. Alright, we're shields down. If they got Entomb Reanimates their last 2 cards, or Entomb Animate Dead would be a lot worse because we have Lightning Bolts. Well, that would suck. They've got Bowmasters. Sure. Spinning Delta. Okay. I might snap and extract Grief. That is not useful to me right now. Okay. I was kind of hoping they wouldn't block. Okay, well, they don't. Between Bolt, and Snap Bolt, I have Reach in hand. That's pretty cool. I need to land a Snap Bolt. But we're getting close. Hardcast Grief is a real pain. Frog is kind of whatever. I should probably bolt it though. Brainstorm. Man, don't make me bolt this Bowmasters. Now they block. They didn't attack last turn. Alright. Yeah, if you're not gonna block, I guess you might as well attack, right? There we go. We should be good now. Two Undercity Sewers. That might be stock. I'm not sure. Tracks in the yard. Animate Dead would be kind of rough. They're just passing. Alright. Someone is losing the game this turn. Alright, shoot. Alright, I'll do it. I'll be smart. Could have gone to one. Could have gone to one and taken out Baleful Strix. I have 2 blocks on the army token. Make my Tameo hell. I'm brainstorm locked and you know it. And you know, I feel like maybe I complain about the deck here and there on the channel, but it never bothered me until I started the one with nothing challenge. Maybe the one with nothing challenge is a sickness. I'm on the draw. I'm taking out a Bloodstained Mire. Am I Seattle local? Whoa, how did you know that? Hey, if I mysteriously go missing during this record, I have this video as proof. I need one more cut. Thoughtsy is on the draw. No, I'm just kidding, of course. Opponent seems really cool. But people have done crazier things for less. I don't know if there's a trophy on the line. I feel like sometimes the first match I play in a league, I've been put up against people who are 4-0 before. I'm not really sure how they decide the pairings for these. This is such a weird hand. It's not bad though. Kind of depends what they do. Murktide Regent comes a lot later anyways. And if they don't deem their combos like very reliable, this hand is fine. I don't know. I showed them a good amount of Grave Hate. And also mulliganing against this deck is kind of insane. And I could mulligan and hit one with nothing, so yeah. Gonna wanna just probably keep this. And we're not even really hoping for a blue source off the top so much. I'm still more interested in finding Cling to Dust and Surgical Extraction anyways, so if we think about like what a game that we win looks like, it doesn't involve top decking blue cards or blue land even until like turn 4 or 5, when we can realistically throw down Murktide Regent, which will probably get in the way of Psychic Frog if these Pyroblasts haven't already done them in. Opponent's taking a mulligan. I'm keeping. For all the reasons I outlined. I think this is a keep. And I think it's actually pretty good. Mostly because I don't want to mulligan and hit one with nothing. Yeah, they're just starting with Ponder. Feeling pretty good so far. No shuffle. No grief. Hell yeah, baby. That's really what I was looking for. Although having no redundancy in Grave Hate means grief will just still punch a hole in this and we're not happy. But, you know, what can you do? They might try and reanimate a troll here. If they back it up with force, we should be able to beat that. Unless they also have daze. Then after all of that, we have edict. They do have force. They must have just top decked Atraxa, which is rough. Or how's that possible? No, it must have been stuck in their opening hand. Psychic Frog can toss it though, so that's really bad. I have to counter Psychic Frog on the stack. 4 days is in. Complete combo package in. My initial read was incorrect. 1 murderous cut. No Murktides. We're in a position to win. We just need to draw better than them. Hey, I like it. I like it a lot. If the texture of their hand was different, it would be really nice to just use Lightning Bolt as him to Turok in this scenario, since they're already pretty low on resources. But that is not an option. Seems like they just do Grief. A lot of tanking going on. Counter that. Protect the blue source. If they reanimate Psychic Frog, I won't have priority to stop them from putting Atraxa in their graveyard, which is a huge problem. So yeah. Bad. Not good. Oh, that's nice. What'd they pitch? Oh, they pitch Atraxa. Okay, well, I think there's part of us that's like pretty safe in this scenario. We have 2 answers to Frog. They had to expend more resources doing that. They might not even have another blue card in their hand for that Force of Will. And then after all that, they have to ask themselves if they want to race Murktide Regent and discard a lot of my instants and sorceries for me. It should be a pretty tough spot for them. Yep. How do you like that? They should probably reanimate Grief. Yep. Kind of looking for Kolaghan's command now. They take Pyroblast. That is confusing. Yeah, it's good. So we know they have Force of Will. What are they hoping to force through? Okay. I think I should keep Fatal Push on hand just in case. Might see force here. We do. Okay. What'd they pitch? Brainstorm? Got it. We're a card up and also 2 lands ahead in this top deck war. Their Atraxa is in exile. There's like a lot of things to like about our situation. Unfortunately, Grief is a bollocks card. And now I am empty. Now they are up on cards somehow. All right. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, they reanimated Frog. If they discard both of their cards, well, they'll have to discard 1 because I plan on flipping Tameo. But with any luck, I can just beat this thing right now. That I would appreciate. No luck. No blue card either. Come on. That is some pure pain right now. Narrowly missed beating their reanimate. I mean, their full combo is in though, so we don't have to worry about the late game Troll of Cause of Doom either. They're attacking Tameo. How many cards are they going to put into this thing? That was a pretty free one. Probably want to put another one too. Yep. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just gonna be able to pick something up and beat it. All right, we got Hardcast Force of Will. Curious if they're gonna discard both of these cards to beat Tamia. Seems like yeah. We have a lot of ways to beat this thing. Can we get one, please? Come on. There we go. Kind of. Not the best answer, obviously. We'll try and counter it. No days. All right. We shouldn't draw too many lands from here on out either. The other good news is that even if I do hit one with nothing, the damage won't be too intense because I'm already hellbent. And we're in a good spot. I think the scariest thing they could get is Psychic Frog. They're going to have a really hard time getting something out of the graveyard. And we got Brazen Borrower beating down in the air. Oh, I guess Orcish Bowmasters would also be rather bad for us. Bit of a tank there. They might have Force Blue card. I'm going to keep that in my hand. Can't imagine what in the world I would need another land for. God. Yeah, I mean, if they have Orcish Bowmasters, it's already going to be pretty bad. Oh, we have Bowmasters. That's pretty nice. And Force Will. Folks, I think we've done the one with nothing challenge. We'll want to beat Daze slash draw a card with Nile Spellbomb though. Got the GGs. Gonna have to say likewise to my opponent. Yeah, that was crazy. Okay, it wasn't the next card, but we know it's in there, right? I'm not pulling a fast one on anyone. Yep, there it is, one with nothing. All right, we're off to match 2 of the one with nothing challenge. Welcome back to the one with nothing challenge. I think this hand, well, if we're up against lands, it's not so bad. Got a Merit Lage Answer and an Urza Saga Stabilizer. 2 Merit Lage Answers, actually. Stable mana. Opponent's taking a mulligan. If it's a deck that proactively mulligans, we're not often really trying to win game 1 anyways. Right, folks? I still can't believe that we took down Riskaminator during the one with nothing challenge. Win sub to ETH, that's in lands. I wonder if I subconsciously clocked my opponent's username. I'm still going to surveil here, though. Wasteland only really gets bad if they have Life from the Loam. Nice. Okay. We'll be clocking now. Windswept Heath often does mean Merit Lage to me. Or Cradle Control. Hierarch can get picked off by Bowmasters. Lush Portico. Putting a card on top. Echoing Deeps. Yeah, this seems probably like a Merit Lage strategy. Yeah, this must be an example of subconscious clocking, because I guess I knew. Somehow I knew. I must have subconsciously filed away my opponent's username at some point and knew they played Merit Lage strategies. Force Will is also pretty nice. If I can hardcast it, that would be most preferable. Pushing damage is really important against lands. Although, if this is lands, it is strange they haven't played anything yet. No Exploration, no Sphere of Resistance, not even like a Soul Guide Lantern or a random Saga component that ends up in your starting hand. Okay, they got basic forest. There's loam. That card is a problem, but not quite yet. Mox Diamond, sure. And that's it. Oh boy, it's really tempting to flash in Brazen Borrower and have a 3-turn clock with force backup. A lot of these decks do run... what's it called? Source of Plowshares now, which I think is a fine target for force. Then I'm really giving up my Merit Lage answers. Okay, I got a Brainstorm now. That's good. What happens with this attack? Nothing. Okay, I'm gonna Brainstorm. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Stupor on top. Yes. Depending on what they dredge, or if they fetch, it may be correct to shatter the diamond and shock my opponent. There's a depths. And a Knight of the Reliquary. We don't want one of those entering the battlefield. Resolves. I do kind of want them to put a lot of effort into making a Merit Lage, though, when we can answer it. What kind of blocker would I have to clear? No Endurance. There's no Yavimaya. It'd be like Dryad Arbor, which I think would be a fine trade. My tempo game is really strong right now. I can probably get this damage across no matter what. It might take my whole hand. I haven't seen a single lightning bolt yet. I'm already due to have seen one. I'm a quarter through my deck. Am I really going to force twice? I know at the very least I can pick up Waterlogged Teachings as a replacement blue card. There it is, dude. Well, that was great. We almost never get to win on turn 5. Alright, we'll get Blood Moon. It's not a grief deck, so I get to side out one with nothing, which is really great. Murktide Regent, I do like, just to swing in and win. We didn't see Urza's Saga, but I feel like every deck running Life from the Loam, other than Stryfopile and various other green control decks, runs Urza's Saga as well, so I think Meltdown is a good choice here. Surgical against Loam decks is pretty necessary. We also saw Knight of the Reliquary, so Fatal Push is pretty attractive. I'll bring in one Consign to Memory and a Spell Bomb. Trim one Force. Lightning Bolt's also kind of an interesting ask. I think I can trim one and also Narset. Ordinarily, I can cut all my Lightning Bolts. Maybe I just should, because Knight of the Reliquary isn't probably going to be presented as an X3 or less. Although they probably also have Elvish Reclaimer, and answering an early one is pretty important. I'll just bring Fatal Push instead. But now I need 5 more cuts. Another Force is good. I'll cut them all on the play, I think. The presence of creatures is pretty significant. I think I want to cut Psychic Frog as well, because they usually have swords in this deck. I'll keep one. 2 Bowmasters out. They don't draw cards, and they don't have X1s. And then we'll probably Brainstorm because it's weak under Blood Moon. Yeah, okay. This is a weird sideboard. It's a weird sideboard. Shit!
No, I forgot about Position Agent.
Oh my god. Oh my god, the one with nothing challenge is so real. Oh man, this is like the same hand as like game 3 against Scamnator, right? Cling to Dust is a non-negotiable though. We're keeping. Jesus Christ. Vexing Bauble, that's fine. In fact, it turns off their Mox Diamonds. Okay. The universe is constantly bailing me out, it feels like. Wasteland, good to know. Definitely take Knight. If we can get them to commit a Naked Loam next turn, we'll be very happy. Just to start churning through their deck, you know. We didn't show them Cling to Dust either. Saga, we're definitely going to want to consign Chapter 2, because that is gnarly. even though I'd love to cast Baleful Strix. Start getting on board. I'm going to play that instead. We'll do that next turn. In some ways, we can see this as countering both constructs with one spell, because they don't really have anything else they'll spend their mana on, quite honestly. The deck is strong like that. Okay, that was their top deck. They're still not going to give me that loam, though. It's disappointing. Meltdown. Okay, that makes me feel better about just letting them get that Saga back for free. Maybe they'll also Wasteland so they don't have mana to activate Vexing Bauble and save life from the loam from Cling to Dust. Because that's pretty important. That part of the equation is pretty important. And I want double black anyways in case they give me the window, so I guess I'm getting Wastelanded. Alright. That might be alright. Okay, they didn't Sword Strix. That's pretty interesting. They just have like other things that'll make Strix collateral? I feel like no. They fail to find? What on earth? And they could have cited it all out, I guess, but that's just weird. Uh-oh. I think they made a mistake. Unless there's something else they're definitely going to cast right now. Which would make sense because... No? I don't know what happened. I don't know why they failed to find, and I don't know why they overpaid. But I'm grateful. More land. I think it's time to brainstorm. Oh yeah, it's definitely time to brainstorm. Not too lovely. They have another wasteland. I don't want to play into it. This needs to get basic mountain, so it doesn't matter which fetch land I put back. Oh, that waterlogged teachings ordinarily would be wonderful. I'd get myself opposition agent and cut off a lot of their lines, assuming they eventually swords my Strix here. But I didn't even cite it in, because I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Yep. We'll be ready for that eventually. Green Sun for 1. This must be for Reclaimer, right? Yeah. Couldn't be anything else. Pretty safe to hit that with Kolaghan's Command, but mana efficiency is also really important. I might want to cast Waterlogged Teachings next turn. Not even crop rotation would save there, I don't think. Unless they got a fetch land that got a Lush Portico that also managed to surveil into the graveyard. Okay, maybe that was a little loose. Because weirder things have happened than that. Cling to Dust on the escape is now available. We're clocking. I feel quite good. And that fail to find was too bizarre. That means no Soul Guide Lantern, no Pithing Needle, no Shadow Spear, no Lava Spur Boots. Unless they're being cagey. They might be being cagey. They also just ran out Sajiri Step. Something doesn't add up here. Cast this, get it out of the way. But what do I get? Brazen Borrower? Snapcaster Mage? Likely Snapcaster Mage. I think that's the most powerful card here. I was thinking about Brazen Borrower though. I don't want to trade Strix for a construct. I do want to extract Sagas though. I mean, not as much as I want to extract life from the loam, but a lot of their power, they get defanged pretty significantly once you surgical Urza Saga. I don't have priority to cast that though before they can play an additional one, so yeah, they weren't being cagey, they just don't have it. No expedition map. They must have cited them out. It's fine. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Still gonna make this play. I'd like some more information as well. If they crop rotation right now, they'll have to juggle 2 sagas. It can be hard to get all the value you want like that. Oh, they do have crop rotation. What the heck? And only 1 saga. Okay, I'm losing my mind right now. I'm also seeing cards like Malok and Doorkeeper Thrall. So this is pretty different than what I thought it was. Feels closer to Maverick. 2 depths, 2 stages, 1 Talon Gates, 3 more swords, Outland Liberator, quick reflexes. Yeah, this is far from over. I feel like a kind of an idiot now. I feel like the meltdown, the second meltdown, is pretty much a dead draw. Endurance, oh my god. How am I gonna beat this? How am I gonna beat this deck? No more life from the loam either. So that part's cool. Underground Sea. What do I do about this saga? I want these constructs gone. I might as well take out the bauble while I'm at it. Okay, they don't fear bowmasters. That's fine. Go ahead and snap consign chapter 2 there. That puts me on board in a more proactive way, and then I don't have to worry about snap meltdown or anything like that. If they want a crop rotation for Bajuka Bog in response, then there's a lot of things they're not doing either. They don't want to. I was kind of scared that they drew Endurance, but I think it's pretty free to drop Endurance in to respond to that. We have to deal a lot of damage. They're not interested in blocking or swordsing. It's a little confusing, honestly. I feel like at least hitting Snapcaster Mage with Swords to Plowshares is pretty acceptable. Savannah. Outland Liberator. Okay. I really don't want to spend a card on that. I'd like them to trade proactively. But if I don't and that thing just like flips, it can destroy Strix simply by attacking. So yeah, I guess I do that on their upkeep. Well, no, I do it right now. Because if they Sajiri step, I don't want to flip. I feel like they're planning something. Something is in the works here. They wouldn't just hold swords and crop rotation for so long and not do anything. It's incredibly suspicious. Yep. Ooh, Talon Gates. Now, embarrassingly, I'm not super up on my phasing. Is it their upkeep that'll phase back in, or is it like it phases out for a whole turn since it's the end step? Okay, it's back. I'm not going to let it flip, though. But they kind of might want it to flip. They might not do anything, but I have Cling to Dust. It's like a free thing I can do. Take 2. What are they waiting for on that swords, though? I must have shown them like Psychic Frog or something incredibly hellish. Bin that. I think we can do better. Then I'll hit step. Because that card is busted. If I get hit with Endurance, these are the cards I want gone. Meltdown, you wouldn't think so, but I looked at their whole deck and yeah, that's it. No more artifacts. Very funny. Okay, surely they're going to start committing these swords, right? What are they waiting for? They're making me play bad. Okay, this is pretty good, I think. How'd that flip? Oh, during their own turn? Is that new? Is that new? I thought if anyone casts a spell, so you can really make it night if you really want to. That's wild. Well, yeah, I should definitely Edict then. And then if I really need that force, I don't have enough mana to grab it. Don't want to get bullied by Wasteland, though. I'm holding up K Command. 2 unknowns over there. What the hell is this? Oh, okay. That is acceptable. Kind of. Only because Strix drew a card when it resolved. Been very fortunate to dodge cards like Knight of the Reliquary up to this point, and Endurance. I'm sure this will bait it out. I don't want to make them discard. Deal 2 damage. This could end up being the most expensive shock on planet Earth. Nope, never mind. They're F6'd. Okay. Surely they're not going to go to 3. Surely now they'll cast Swords to Plowshares, right? Okay, thank God. At least that is not making me feel crazy. Cast Baleful Strix. Need to get rid of this frickin' Meltdown. Cast Ponder. Okay. Can get rid of this frickin' Meltdown. Go like that. I doubt I'll need to Brainstorm, but guess you never know. It's daytime again, if that matters. Oh no. I'm not going to counter that. How in the world do they not have 3? Okay, they do. They might be forced to Force of Vigor this thing, huh? Let's see what I can price them into here. Hit for 1. Success. Cast Brainstorm. Less successful. Put back these 2. Activate Bloodstain Mire. Get basic Swamp. Cast Ponder. Okay. Bingo. Backed up by Force. Emergency, sink into stupor notwithstanding. Check for Radiant Fountain. Negative. Radiant Fountain, negative. Check for any life gain. Negative. I just left-clicked on, or right-clicked on Mawlok, expecting to get some information about it. I don't think they have this wasteland anymore. Doorkeeper Thrall, okay. 2 unknowns over there. Still 2 unknowns. I think this will work. I got Force backup. All right. We did it. We're now 2 matches into the 1-0 challenge, and we're 2-0 somehow. This is insane. This is insane. It's time for match 3 of the 1-0 challenge. And we've dodged 1-0 once again. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. Because we don't know, we could be up against Scam in game 1. So if 1-0 shows up in your opening hand, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep it. Oh, thank you. It's always nice to meet a fan. Hopefully they get to witness the 1-0 challenge. It'd be for a good cause. We're out here protesting. Okay, they also have Scalding Tarn. What does that mean? Volcanic Island. And DRC. Okay. Pretty tempting to cast Brainstorm right now. We know we can shuffle. And mana might be at a premium. Okay. Put back a Force. Shuffle away that Force. I'm not trying to run into Daze, and I'm pretty sure that we can keep this from becoming a 3/3 thanks to Cling to Dust. Having to Force Will Psychic Frog, though, not good. If that's indeed what they follow up with. Okay. That is less bad. But if they have a spell, doesn't seem like it. I was going to say, if they have a spell, like... Oh, it doesn't even seem like they have Daze. Well, that's good news. I'm going to go after Scalding Tarn. Now they Brainstorm. Playing around Bowmasters, undoubtedly. They've been Wasteland, which is pretty smart, because I was going to fetch exclusively basics anyways, if I could. And then they keep one of the cards on top. So... Gonna surmise that's either permission or additional threats. But the fact that they didn't attack is, like, incredible, and also tells me that they probably don't have permission. Alright, we can go after Brainstorm now. Not only is it a unique type, but it also fights potential Murktide Regent. Strix is a great draw. As far as I know, they still don't have a good answer to that, even less so because they don't run Orcish Bowmasters anymore. Lightning Bolt, another great draw. Wow, feeling good. Things are shaping up okay. course, they could have been that wasteland because they might already have one in hand. It's not unheard of for them to sandbag that. Yeah, they're just churning through their lands. The real power of DRC is not top decking dead cards. They don't shuffle. They have a bobble. Okay, there's Delirium. Do they have Lightning Bolt? No, they're content to trade. That's really good for us. Kind of unbelievably good. There it is. Okay. We can still play around days. See if I can bait it out, though. Target Ponder. Another Bolt. Jace. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be our pitch. Bolt has enough targets in this matchup, but I don't feel the need to do my little him to Turok sneaky trick here. Okay, they pitch Forest. Do they have yet another one? No, we should be in the clear now. And if they don't wasteland me, I'll have enough mana to also escape Cling to Dust. No play. I really want to Surveil. Then I can get wasted off red. Yeah, that's fine. Brainstorm. Rough. I'm not going to run Tameo into a removal spell. I'd rather just escape Cling to Dust here. Ponder's good. The odds of us maneuvering a flip around removal is kind of low with Tameo. I've already cast 2 Brainstorms. I'm not really due to find another one expectedly until like 11 cards from now. But 2 fetch lands and Cling to Dust if it doesn't get dazed. They don't shuffle. Yikes. They have Murktide Regent? Oh no. That's a game ender. I should spin for Force of Will here. Sure wish I had Jace. Hit Bobble. 5 lands gone. Ponder. Okay. No days. I feel like this might be able to find something for us. Shuffle that. Brainstorm. Yep, cast that. Bolt, huh? Is that really what we got? Can I afford to take the damage? I don't think so. Can I afford to draw another land after I had 2 for 1 myself? Maybe I need the land so I don't lose to double days, because that would be awful. All right, let's go like that. Bolt. And deep breath. Great. Kind of. They have a lot of cards. I don't. I'm going to hold back. I'm pretty sure these decks still run Delver Secrets. And I just realized I used a 3rd Brainstorm. It's going to be really hard to get one with Tameo. Brainstorm's good. I'm not going to try and clip that. Not when Bowmasters can take out their creatures with the ETB. It's very valuable. But yeah, I just feel like we haven't fought through enough of their creatures yet. But the fact that they were willing to trade 1 for Strix is huge. That part I do like. Okay, here we go. Finally, a good trade. Oh no. Another Murktide? Hey. Alright, in order to continue playing around days, I think I need to Teachings now. Say goodbye to Tameo. Should I get Snapcaster Mage? Then if I top deck a land. What about Kolaghan's Command? No, it's all too risky. It's like very likely they have days at this point. Force. They have Force blue card? Jeez. I gotta try and hit a blue card now. Guess I'll go after Brainstorm. I miss. I frickin' miss. Terrible. Well, I hope that thing doesn't flip. Molten Collapse. Could be worse. Alright, bounce that. Edict that. Great. Can't go to 3. I bet they still run Lightning Bolt. Be funny if they like were hoping their Delver doesn't flip, so Borrower can't block it. Alright, can I get a Bowmaster's or a Kolaghan's Command or something? That's certainly something. Yeah. The only problem is they're at 17. I think I need to use Cling to gain some life if this board dominance remains. Because we're doing good so far. I'm predicting we're going to see a collapse on Bowmasters and a Cantrip. I guess just the collapse makes sense, though. It is a sorcery, after all. More Bowmasters, that's nice. First things first. Okay. Did that while I don't have double bolt up. Haven't seen a single bolt yet, have we? Yikes. Now that's a little scary. If I can trade this force 1-for-1, though, that'd be pretty cool. Alright, I'm almost certain they have a Daze in their hand. So I'm going to give up on the extra point of damage that Bowmasters might inflict. Ooh, nice. We're humming now. It is very fortunate that for us, they're drawing their Delvers so late in the game. Now, you could argue that it would have been good to play that Tarn out and cast Brazen Borrower, but I kind of refuse to go to 6 life here. Alright, now I have the mana. Don't think they run flash threats anymore. Between Force of Will and Brazen Borrower, I feel like we should be in pretty good shape now. There's Unholy Heat. That's fine. Still hitting for 3. I feel like we haven't seen that many bolts. Oh no, we definitely have. That's right. I forgot I spent 2 on Murktide Regent. Alright, if I really need to force right now, I can get Strix back with Kolaghan's Command. And they're probably saving a removal spell for this, right? Yeah. Okay. Sure. Let's exile that. See if this eats a Daze. I think it's... Well, I have the K command right in my hand, so... Yeah, I'll be picking up Strix, yeah. Still no Daze? Okay, maybe they don't have Daze in their hand. Because I feel like that's really the only place they'll find purchase. Make another land drop. Start grinding this out. Grind to dust. Okay, it was a land. Close enough. Well, I really hope they don't cast Grief. Psychic Frog. Force that. I do want this in my graveyard, and I don't want to pay more life. So yeah, I'll do that. Maybe I should have waited, though. Alright, I'm not sure what's in their hand. But I think we should be able to get over the line here. Great. I think it's also safe to say this is not a Grief deck, so I get to side out 1 with nothing again, which makes me so happy. Spellbomb, Red Blast. Blood Moon debatable, but I'm going to say no. Narset, Jace, and Nimble out. Fatal Push is really, really good. Force of Will is not really. That leaves me with 3 Force of Wills. Would I rather have Murktide Regent? We both have Psychic Frog. I have Cling to Dust. It's possible my Murktides will be bigger. We'll also both have Pyroblast, so Murktide is kind of a liability. I like Force of Will a lot more against Grixis Delver than I do against Rug Delver. It'd basically be cutting a force for Thoughtseize or Murktide, neither of which are very appealing. Didn't see a single Lightning Bolt either. I don't know. Brian from Bosch and Roll, of course, just put out a Grixis Delver video today, and the deck looked great. I think the deck always looks great, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was that list. I guess Blood Moon would be the other consideration, but I probably only want that on play, if anything. We can play with 3 Force. No removal spell. Force of Will. I'll keep. Tamiyo blocks really well in the early game, provided that doesn't flip. Might want to Ponder instead. It's so good if this doesn't flip. But they could also start wasting removal on it. If they daze, that's beautiful. I think they have daze. Okay, maybe not. Why else would they tank that hard? They might have force. Well, that'd be really weird. Oh no. Well, it certainly have daze now. No wasteland. DRC. And Ponder. Okay. Put a card on top. Yee. If I can just invalidate one of their cards, though, I think I can be a 3-card hand. I just need one of the, 10 removal spells that are in my deck. Okay, they shuffle ultimately. I guess the other card choices were not very impressive. I'll take 3. Can I even afford to block? That's the other thing. Brainstorm. Okay, I mean, that will lessen some damage. I'll have to use Force to prevent the board from getting any bigger. I don't know if it'll become such an emergency that I need to, Force of Will days or whatever just to ensure my survival. Put back 1 Force, and I guess Lorien revealed, right? I don't know. Could be a land. Because if I end up not having to do anything, I can Island Cycle. Oh, things are weird. But I have a feeling Tamiyo is going to save me a lot of life. A lot of life. Yep. God, this rules. That's it for them. They have 5 cards in hand. No idea what to make of that. I need more information. Oh, such a beautiful draw. What would be most insane is if they continue to not declare an attack with DRC, because they might have a pretty good shot at getting Delirium if I bolt Delver. Okay, cool. Things are going according to plan. Dazing me. I will pay. Dazing me. I will pay. Dazing me. Oh, they can't daze again. I feel like there's a lot to be gained if I do that. A lot to be gained. Do they have Bolt? They do. Okay, that's a little too bad. And they put a card on top. Well, things could get a little weird here. Especially with that awful draw. We know that they have at least one other land in their hand. I'm gonna see if this works. Sure does. I'm not counting on drawing a Brainstorm. I should crack this clue token, though. Yeah, I should do that. Not good. Not good. Quite bad, in fact. They seem to have Murktide Regent. I would definitely trade Tamiyo for Shielder's Edict and get this thing off the field if a better option does not present itself. Seems a better option has presented itself. Well, we'll see if it resolves. Great. Yeah, I think it'd be wise to keep that around. Sure. I realize I could have stacked my ponder differently and subsequently gotten a card that I didn't want out of the way. I do want that Bowmasters on top of my deck, though. I wish it would deal with DRC. I'm starting to get kind of greedy with this Tameo. I should definitely minus it. Get Lightning Bolt. Especially when they run Molten Collapse. Another Murktide, huh? Ay, ay, ay. And it's a 5/5. That will take out Tameo. Unless. I love it when the deck is humming. Sometimes you have to. Especially with Tameo threatening to recur another removal spell. It's been a long time since Delver ran like a Planeswalker or a non-creature threat to get over the line. I mean, it's possible I should have just played the other Bowmasters there. Maybe I should have. Yeah, that would have felt pretty bad if I had never minus Tameo. Alright, I think it's fairly likely they put something good on top of their deck. That being said, yeah, if it's like Psychic Frog, I think we might still be able to overrun them. Murktide Regent's potentially their biggest creature. That'd be a 5/5, which would have to trade for the army token. Yeah, I think this is good. I think this is good. Molten Collapse, okay. Feeling pretty good. In fact, if they didn't put Daze on top of their deck, I think that's lethal. Getting the GGs. We'll say GG's well played. Oh, well, that was match 3 of the 1-with-0 challenge. So far, we've done a pretty good job dodging. It actually was kind of useful. Welcome back. Match 4 of the 1-with-0 challenge. We're up against Mafut's Van Gogh, who is pretty much the best blue dredge player in the world. So it's going to be a little tough, I think. And I don't think this hand's going to do it. I mean, it has a force. We'll try this one. Bowmasters also has some application against Bridge from Below. And Psychic Frog, I feel like, actually has the ability to race Dredge in some ways. I could have forced Lion's Eye Diamond, but that would have felt pretty bad. Hoping for a blue card off the top. Yeah. Game 1's going to be tough. Okay, Burning Inquiry, that's pretty interesting. Orcish Bowmasters. Alright. One bridge accounted for. I wouldn't be surprised if they ditched their hand here, too. Flashback the Gaze. Breakthrough. I don't see any, what's it called? You know, Faithless Looting, but Ox of Agonis is going to be a big problem. Yeah, it's pretty good. What do they hit? Therapy and Grave Troll. Not bad. Alright, we need one heck of a Surveil here. Pretty good. 5 power though. A little scary. Do that. Definitely get hit for 5, unfortunately. I really hope they don't therapy Bowmasters. I don't think they have a lot of incentive to. They can flashback looting though, which is pretty scary. Oh, that's pretty good too. Especially if they hit Narcomoeba. They don't. They hit Dread Return. Might as well do that now. Yep. They're pretty likely to hit a Dredger. Yep. Okay. And they put a card on top. No clue what that means. I mean, it could be a lot of things, just like Breakthrough or stuff like that. I don't have the mana to escape Cling to Dust either, so I don't think they'll name Bowmasters, right? Seems crazy. You wouldn't. You couldn't. Alright, they miss.
Huh?
Nimble Obstructionist. Cannot counter a Dredge. What do I do? I think we just hang out. Natural draw? Whatever could that mean? I'll take 3. Not wild about it. This must be for a looting, right? They don't have 8 other cards. No Surveil land either. Yep. Alright, got some problems now, that's for sure. I'm gonna nuke that bridge. But I think it's pretty likely they're going to... That's 2 bridges gone, right? Yeah. Only 2. I think they'll probably take my other Bowmasters now. Oh no, they're just gonna Dread Return. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, crap. It's a lot of dredging. They might even be able to win. Yeah, I see another therapy. They're in their second main though, so they'll likely have to wait till next turn to win. But I'm not liking my odds, especially with that bridge from below around. Yeah, we can go to the next game. I have a pretty good idea of what is going on here. And believe me, our matchup gets a lot better post side. And some dredge decks run Grief. This one is not. So we also get to side out one with nothing, which is great. All right, Murktide Regent, Spellbomb, Surgical. Thoughtseize on the play, yeah. Pyroblast is also interesting. We want to hit Breakthrough and Otherworldly Gaze. See if there's anything else we want removed from our deck here. Consign to Memory is really funny. Hit that Ox trigger. We want a fair amount of proactivity on our end too. Edict is too weak. And Narset's also kind of weak. Jace is going to be too slow. Kolaghan's Command, not the right kind of interaction, not the right axis. We could side out a land, just because our curve is so lessened. Narset is also kind of tough, because, like, am I going to really have the luxury to tap out for Narset? I mean, it does stymie a lot of their lines. Yeah, I'm going to go down a mountain. Okay. I need to get it out of my mind. I need to get the desire to get a list with one with nothing published out of my mind, because it's stupid. Mulligan. That's better. They're keeping 7? Not fair. It's either Brainstorm or Brazen Barber. I'm going to envision a world where I don't hit any way to shuffle, and Brainstorm just kind of looks at the same cards twice. I still want to hold it up though, but yeah, let's see what we can do here. The problem with Surgical against this deck is that there's just so many targets for it. There's Bridge from Below, there's Golgari Grave Troll, there's, there's everything. Sure. Just passing though. Okay, I think I do brainstorm here. Okay. Weird spot. Weird spot. Definitely casting Psychic Frog. And then likely extracting Thug. And then I guess we just race towards the finish. I guess in case I draw more lands at some point, I'll redraw Narset. It's a Super Smash Brothers situation. We're going to race to the finish. Frog does have the ability to race here. The other thing I could do is also fight their payoffs, which is tricky. But I feel like Frog can apply enough pressure that I just want to extract Thug. Make them work pretty hard at getting something going here. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have much trouble getting something going here. Leyline of Sanctity. 1 Icarid. The dude's a genius. The dude is a genius. They're pretty short on blue mana though, so I don't know. Maybe Bolt can also get over the line. Brazen Borrower. It's a lot of air power. Let's see what we can do. Oh, they do have blue mana, duh. Just cost them life, which is really good for us. How good? We'll see. Our hand might be entirely different as well if they cast Burning Inquiry. Uh-oh. Yeah, sure. Okay, it might be kind of hard to get through this now. Because they hit 3 Narcomoebas. I should have thought about that, I think. Instead of extracting Thug. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to race this. I completely screwed this up. Haven't played against Dredge in a long time. I have no idea how I'm going to race this. They have another therapy too, so... They don't seem to know my deck, though, which is beneficial to us. I don't think it really matters, though. I think they just named it the only card that they could lose to right now. We're just going to discard everything to Psychic Frog here. Bird gets the worm. Yeah, their board is too big. And now they get a Golgari Grave Troll. Well, this was an embarrassing display. I apologize to all my viewers. And it looks like no trophy for the 1-with-0 challenge, which is probably a good thing for everyone's sake. All right, let's finish this out. Welcome to the final round of the 1-with-0 challenge. We are 3-1. If we can put up a 4-1 record on the 1-with-0 challenge, I'll be pretty impressed. Face some tough decks. Scaminator, lands. I guess it was really more like Maverick or Green-White Depths. Grixis Delver. And we just got crushed by Blue Dredge. I did not play very well. Oh, it looks like more Grixis Delver. If I had to guess, Mishra's Bobble and Scalding Tarn at least indicate as such. Strix and Bowmasters are both really good against that deck, especially since they don't play Bowmasters anymore. I'm going to start with Basic Island here. So whatever they saw with Mishra's Bobble, they wanted to keep that. Oh, Thundering Falls. I don't think that is in Grixis Delver, so we might actually be facing something different right now. Underground Sea. Okay. Yep. There's that. We got a nice check for that with Baleful Strix. It's possible I should have tried to force that. Let's put back one of these Ponders. Alright, let's go ahead and cast Baleful Strix here. Okay, it resolves. So I don't have to force a Daze, which is nice. Probably have to force a removal spell, though. Yeah. Oh, now you have Daze? Insane. Okay, Mishra's Bobble. and a Brainstorm. And activate Polluted Delta. What now? Ponder. Sure. I was kind of hoping for Delver. And they just shuffled. Cast Bowmasters. Another Daze. Well, gotta say, they definitely have a lot of dazes. Cast Ponder. Shuffle that. Okay. If I can get them to dump a lot of cards into their Psychic Frog and then bounce it, it's a good way to catch back up on cards, but they're definitely running away with quite a bit here. Yeah, they're back to 7 cards in hand. That's absurd. I mean, we know a few of them are lands because they dazed me twice. No shuffle on the Ponder. Alright. Bolt Psychic Frog. Yep. Yeah, they just get to dump the lands that they picked up with Daze. So that's pretty annoying. I'm out of here. Opponent is running 8 dazes apparently. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm not playing very well. I feel like I'm ready to be done with this 1 with nothing challenge. We'll side the same way as last time. Or no, it was like that. Yeah, I think that's better. I want Murktide Regent. I just want to win this game. I want to put it away. Yeah, what would this game have looked like if I didn't play like an idiot? If I had forced Psychic Frog around Daze. Although, since they had so many dazes, they might have just been able to double daze me. Hand looks good. Even though there's a lot of lands, the presence of Brainstorm mollifies that greatly. If they want to wasteland me on the draw, well, that's just great for us. That's a good threat. And then we don't have to play into Daze next turn. Ooh, turn 1 Ponder. It's like one of their best, or one of the best starts for us. No turn 1 threat is like kind of crazy. Kind of crazy, honestly. Play that. We saw how good this was in match 3. If everyone is, thanks to Brian playing Grixis Delver right now, this is one of my best matchups. Everyone's playing Psychic Frog? Brainstorm. Of course, it does require me to like actually think. Like I could have attacked with Tamiyo first and gotten a clue token even. I could have done that. I really could have done that. Furthermore, I did not find an answer to Psychic Frog, which is a huge bummer. But I could get them to spend kind of a lot of cards. First of all, Tamiyo's +2 asks them to discard at least 1 card. Then if I bolt, well, then they'd only have to discard 1 more card for the toughness to survive. I'm going to put back these 2. Or no, it should be these 2. I don't know. I'm not going to try to resolve Waterlogged Teachings, actually. I'll go like that. Okay, they're attacking Tamiyo. You discard Murktide Regent. Yeah, I could trade Bolt for 1 more card, but I mean, Bolt has good trades. I think I'd rather just cast Orcish Bowmasters and get as much value as possible. Oh, we're in blocks, though? Crap. Yeah, this is, bad content. Are they going to Bolt Tamiyo afterwards? What are they going to do? They're going to play a bunch of 1/1s right after I cast Orcish Bowmasters. Great. It certainly feels bad to suck. Brainstorm. Here's Pyroblast. Is it too late? Almost certainly not. It's not time for Psychic Frog, though. Or, more specifically, it's not time for Murktide Regent. But it might be soon. Hit that. What if I just blank their entire squad? It's too risky, isn't it? They have a lot of cards that can just take Tamiyo off the field, and since I'm stupid and didn't even make a clue token, yeah, it is unacceptable, I think. However, then they're not hitting Murktide Regent. If these just flip, though, it's like a complete disaster. I'm not going to try and protect a Planeswalker, staring down all these creatures. Alright, let's see what kind of damage control I got to do here. Well, I probably don't want to cast that. I probably really don't want to cast that. It'd be quite the spray of arrows. I would trade Bowmasters for DRC, though. I definitely would. Okay. Deal. Not sure if I should have taken all that damage, but here we are. Wow. What is in their hand? Besides Brainstorm. Yeah, I want that Murktide. I don't think they're going to keep a Daze. But, I mean, they might see it as better than nothing. It's pretty imperative that all my cards blow up theirs. Although they're pretty low on cards. I think we'll put these two back. Need tons of blue. Okay. More Psychic Frog, huh? They both lose to Pyroblast, so I might as well play the one that can block without any condition. And I can leave Pyroblast in my graveyard for potential Snapcaster Mage. Okay. Blow that up. Hopefully their Brainstorm was just a complete disaster, and their Brainstorm locked with no removal and are feeling sad. That would be great. But it feels unlikely. Oh, shoot. They put a card on top. Terrible. Hope my top card is good. I'd even take a land. Looks like they have Murktide Regent. But I think they're going to attack first because I think it would require them to lose Delirium. I think we have lost this match. And, yeah, I feel really stupid. Because I feel like the first 3 matches were so good, and then just completely dropping the ball against Dredge in the 4th match threw everything off, and I completely bungled this rather easy matchup. It is embarrassing. Edict. Psychic Frog. Should have attacked first. Bluffed Lightning Bolt. I don't actually really know what I'm still playing for, right? Because I'd Chump Block, and then if I drop Pyroblast or something, I don't know. None of it really makes sense. Probably had 2 like floating mana at some point as well that I could have cracked a potential clue, and yeah, everything just is not good. That was terrible. I almost feel like I should re-record this because the last 2 matches were so bad, but I don't know if I have another one with nothing challenging me. It, going into this record, I was like, it'll be fun. It'll be great. I'm having a great time. But I just felt so aggravated during the scam match because I know it's a matchup that I can win, but the margins are real slim. So when I had this complete dead card, this Russian roulette in my deck, it was actually pretty stressful, especially when there's, you know, I'm fairly competitive when it comes to Grixis control. So I don't know if I have another one with nothing challenging me. You can tell I was real hyped when I was doing the deck tech, and now I'm like, oh, everything definitely fell apart match 4. I need to get more reps against Dredge, apparently. I hope this was really entertaining. As usual, you know, the deck looked great, even though we were truly handicapping ourselves. I think that last match was just completely bungled. Yeah. Grief. I'm adding my voice to the chorus. This is my protest. Ban Grief. I trust everyone else's opinions, and yeah, Maybe I'll do it again because yeah, I feel like we didn't do the thing. You'll just have to take my word for it that I actually would have done it. Anyways, keep that Grixis stream alive. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time.